Our next guest is a legend of the entertainment industry. Baz Luhrmann is responsible for a string of movie classics from Romeo and Juliet to Strictly Ballroom, Moulin Rouge and The Great Gatsby.
Next year, he's back with a big screen biopic about Elvis Presley. But first, one of his Oscar-winning classics is hitting the Australian stage. It's been 20 years since Moulin Rouge reinvented movie musicals. Starring Nicole Kidman and Ewan McGregor, the all-singing, all-dancing love story was a box office hit and won 2 Oscars.
A kiss on the hand, continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Written and directed by Baz Luhrmann, the film became an instant classic. Now the love story lives on with Moulin Rouge the musical. It's been a sensation on Broadway, scoring 14 Tony Award nominations, including Best Musical.
Welcome to the Moulin Rouge.
And in August, the Spectacular opens in Melbourne at the Regent Theatre. And Baz joins us now live on the couch. Good morning to you. Welcome to
Good morning to you. Very happy to be here, and it's a beautiful sunrise.
It is, except for the fog. Excuse us.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's just in my head.
20 years since the movie.
Is that crazy?
Can you believe that?
Well, no. I went like, oh yeah, I just got that finished. Now it's a stage show in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And on Broadway. It was crazy. You know, I was just thinking, watching the footage, that it was, the last time I saw it was on Broadway. This new Vital Interpretation. It's the #2 show on Broadway.
Yep.
And I came here to make a movie, a little concert here. My lead actor got that thing, and boom, it's nearly 2 years later. But
Yep.
here it is opening in Melbourne, and it's kind of thrilling to be amongst an audience.
Yep. Take us back to when you first started the project. You said you wanted to reinvent musicals.
I can't do that. Like, what are we talking, 102 years ago? I can't remember yesterday, Koshi.
Did you realise it would become the sensation it has?
I never think like that. I really, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I just kind of thought, growing up in a small country town, in going like musicals, and people saying to me, oh, you know, the musical will never work again, you know, and I kind of go like, they've always found a way to work in different times, different places. I just want to see them work again, and I really wanted to make one, but find a way of doing it for this time, you know, for the time I was in. That's what we set out to do, you know.
Because you and Catherine Martin won 2 Oscars.
Well, yes, you mean
Catherine
my wife with 4 Oscars. The most Oscared Australian of all time. You know, breakfast is hard. Boom, boom, boom. Hi, love. Yes, no, I've only been nominated, actually, but let's not bring that up.
Well, it's a group effort.
She is awesome, and she's got 4 Oscars.
Yeah.
amazing.
So
The most of any Australian, just saying that. Very proud.
It obviously feels like it was made for the stage. Tell us how.
Well, you know, Natalie, I'm going to read it because one of the great traditions you find when you start looking at cinematic musicals is that they were coming from the stage, finding a movie language to turn the stage into a movie. So a lot I was kind of, you know, my creative collaborators and I were quoting that language now. So it was naturally set to become a musical. I always thought, of course, it's going to go back to the stage. And indeed it has, you know.
As Nat knows, we have great debates here on this show because I'm more an old-fashioned musical type of person. I go,
Am I in trouble, Koshi?
it's no Moulin Rouge. I compared a recent musical to. But tell us how the theatre will look, because my understanding is it's going to be turned, the whole theatre is going to be turned into the nightclub. That you're part of the...
I mean, it's environmental. Look, one of the joys of this show is that I've been able to hand it over to a younger team, because I realise I just can't be me, like, you know, when I was, I don't know how old I was, 30 or something. Whatever. Let's not go there.
Roughly.
But can I tell you, Alex Timbers and his core creative group took this Broadway theatre, and you walk, from the moment you enter, you are in the Moulin Rouge. The whole space is like the Moulin Rouge. And I think that's what, look, in this time, let's not bring up the football, but why not? I did send my kids off to see the Swans do pretty good. You know, sorry.
Okay,
but listen, to sit there amongst the crowd, look, privilege, you know, like luck. To be amidst a crowd at a football, to be with people in a theatre, we can do that here. I've just been on an article with the New York Times about them saying, how come in Australia, you know, Australia can have theatre. So you go into that theatre and you are with other people, and you commune, and you're in the world of the Moulin Rouge, you know?
Yeah, because and the costumes and the makeup, that is so much a part of this show, isn't it, with the music as well?
It's so part of the, it's part of the Moulin Rouge, and it's definitely lots of fun. There's all that music, and then there's a, I mean, in the end, there's a tragedy and a beauty to the centre of it as well. So that's why it's done so well on Broadway, and that's why great cast here, really exciting cast. You know?
The new creative team haven't mucked around with it too much. Are we still going to get the can? We're still going to get that great version of Roxanne, all of that?
Yes to those two things.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Your song. Yep.
Can I tell you something? There's a lot of that. I'll tell you what. When they've taken some of the new music, they've kept all the really key hit points.
Right.
But I was a bit like, ooh. But that's why it was good to hand it over to a younger team, because what they've done, they've taken the notion of the Moulin of the music and they've gone even further. And they've gone further with it. And look, it's been a great job.
What was the ooh moment?
Because I think that if I'd done it, I would have tried to just reproduce as opposed to invent it newly, but keep the essence of it. So yeah, Roxanne's in it, absolutely.
Right.
Cans galore, mate, all that's there. But some other contemporary music reinterpreted in a really thrilling way. And the album, which has been done and out there now, you hear it, I think they've taken what we did musically to another level. But all the great classics are in there.
Okay, and we like the ooh because that is going to get us watching. Also, Baz says ooh.
It's two oohs.
Okay, also, which is ooh, Elvis. You've been filming Elvis on the Gold Coast.
Yes, I have been doing that little concert.
How on earth do you do a biopic about Elvis?
It took a long time for me to come to that point, and that's why Tom Hanks is in it, because it's really seen through the prism of the Colonel Tom Parker. So I won't talk much about it because I've only just got the footage back out of from the mail, being processed, and I'm cutting it all together. Yep. But it's been an epic journey and really thrilling.
Yep. Tell us about Austin Butler, the young actor playing Elvis.
Yeah,
never heard of it.
Incredible.
Really?
He was in Quentin Tarantino's picture. Just before he came into ours.
Right.
He'd been on stage. Denzel Washington rang me and said, you've got to check out this young actor. He was on stage with Denzel on Broadway. Right. And honestly, you see Austin, he's this young fella, you think like, how's he going to play Elvis, 20s, 60s and later in life? And I can look, I never know what the film is until I've finished it, but as far as the performances go, between him and Tom, I just think they're incredible, actually.
And the way you've just, Denzel Washington just rang me up and recommended this kid. Man,
just get me started.
He throws in the names, but when you do it, it's very cool.
Yeah,
what do you want to hear?
Right, yeah.
We love it.
We cannot wait.
Drop in any time, Baz.
Well, it's good. Listen, we'll see you at the show in September.
Performances of Moulin Rouge musical begin on the 13th of August at Melbourne's Regent Theatre. Tickets are available through Ticketmaster. And to get you ready for the show, Moulin Rouge, the movie, is streaming on Disney Plus as well.
As a warm-up.